Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin and for today's video we're going to be talking about my reading plans for the month of March. So, as you can see, my bookshelves look a little bit different. I'm actually standing today, which feels, I don't know why I did this to show you that I'm standing. I could do that sitting down. I'm standing. It feels really weird, but this is actually how I used to film all of my videos before I had these shelves. So it also kind of feels like really nostalgic. Anyway, we're going to be talking about the books that I want to read in the month of March. I think I said in my first TBR of the year that I really wanted to focus on making my TBRs more manageable. And I don't know how successful I was with that for this one. I don't think it's terrible, but I don't know. So we're just gonna get started. I am in a huge fantasy mood right now because I just finished A Court of Silver Flames and I just want to read everything that's fantasy. But oddly enough, I don't have like books that I'm overly excited about reading, which is so strange, which is typically how I make my TBRs. So if I don't end up reading any of these this month, I'm sorry. It was a weird month for me to pick a TBR, but I went with what I felt would be manageable. So yeah, let's just get started. I've talked long enough. So the first book I have to read, and that is for class, it is The Trial by Franz Kafka. I don't know what this is about, honestly. I don't want to read it. But like I said, it's for class. I don't even know when I'm supposed to like have this done by. I know I was technically supposed to start reading it last month and that didn't happen because I forgot that I was supposed to be reading it. So if you don't see this on like my Goodreads or in any reading vlogs or anything, yell at me. I need to read it. Please, seriously, yell at me. So this is number one. But this is like a have to. This isn't like I would like to. I would not like to. Then, in honor of the Shadow and Bone series coming out on Netflix in April, I still need to reread Shadow and Bone and continue on with the rest of the trilogy and hopefully read Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom before all of that comes out because I don't want to be spoiled by the show and I want to know like everything that happens still. So I really need to reread this. This was such a quick read the first time I read it. I literally read it in less than 24 hours. So hopefully I can make that happen again and marathon the series this month, but I at least want to reread this so everything is fresh in my mind. Like I'm putting off watching the Shadow and Bone trailer because I haven't read this in a couple of years and I don't want to like be spoiled for anything. And I haven't continued on with the rest of the Grisha trilogy, so like I'm stressed because I want to watch it, but I need to make sure that like I'm not spoiling myself. Then, as I said, I'm in a huge fantasy mood and that is in large part to A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. It like reestablished that fantasy is for sure my favorite genre, and I also was just sat there the entire time reading it like, why have I not read a Sarah J. Maas book in like 3 years? So we're going to be reading Crescent City, House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas this month, hopefully. This is like 800 pages, but I read A Court of Silver Flames in just over a week. And a couple of those days, like, I didn't even get a chance to read it. So I feel like I would have read it faster and, like, school and stuff. So I feel like this is doable since I just finished that. And it's literally the longest book that I've ever read. So that kind of feels good that I did that. I want to read a Sarah J. Maas book this month. And then after I finish this, I have a feeling I will be marathoning the Throne of Glass series because I just love her books so much. And it reminded me of that. So Crescent City. Hopefully I can do it. Most people read this again super quickly, so I feel like it won't be that difficult. I feel like her writing is pretty accessible. I was just anticipated because this is technically an adult fantasy, but I don't think I have anything to worry about because that was definitely adult as well. I don't really have a summary for you because I don't want to be spoiled for anything. Then I think this was a book that I put on like my January TBR maybe, and that is Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. This one takes place in Italy and we are following our main character as she goes into hell and like meets one of the 7 princes of hell, Wrath. and apparently the love story is epic, and I am so excited to read this one. I feel like it's going to be one that I love. So really want to read this one too. Plus, it's like not long compared to all of the other fantasy that I have either set out for myself or recently read. It's like 400 pages. Yeah, it's not even 400 pages, so I feel like this will be fine. And then the last fantasy book on this list, I don't even actually know if it is fantasy, I think it is though, is These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. My friend Elle from Elle Reads, who I'll have linked down below, read this during one of our live shows and finished it later that night. And she started that live show saying that she wasn't really liking it that much because it was really slow, and ended that live show by saying it was an amazing book and it was like 4 to 5 out of 5 stars for her. So I am super excited. It sounds amazing. It's a Romeo and Juliet retelling set in 1920s Shanghai between two gangs. I don't think I need to say anything more. It sounds amazing. People have been like crying and completely heartbroken by the end of this book. And apparently the side characters are also amazing. So I really want to read this so that I can be caught up for when she releases the sequel, I believe in November. Lastly, we have a little bit of manga that I want to read. I would like to read the last 3 volumes that I have of Love Me, Love Me Not by Io Sakisaka, so volume 3, volume 4, and volume 5. These are the only 3 volumes of this series that I have left on my shelf to read. And I want to catch up because I really do love this manga series, and I don't think that it will take me, like, these don't take me a ton of time to read, so I'm very excited to continue on. It's a manga that I actually like really relate to the characters, which doesn't typically happen for me, so I have high hopes. So those are all of the books that I know that I really want to read in the month of March. This is not including any romance that I might pick up, so hopefully I'll be doing a couple of reading vlogs throughout March and you can watch those and see a little bit more what I'm reading. But right now I need to go do homework and edit like 4 videos, so pray for me, please. I desperately need it. Please let me know down in the comments below what you are reading in the month of March, if you're participating in any readathons or anything. I think I might be doing a 24 or 48 hour readathon, I'm not really sure, but I am so excited. So yes, I have high hopes for the month of March. Hopefully I can attain my unrealistic goals like I've never been able to do before. That is it for this video. Like I said, comment down below what you're reading in the month of March. I hope you're doing well, reading mentally and otherwise. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I really hope to see you all in my next one. Bye guys. I look so uncomfortable, but like holy crap, my hands are hurting.